Mr. TheDukeo'Docce here today, and we're going to talk about two-shotters. So one of the benefits of playing with a pin is the ability to create pins that are more than one shot long. So we're going to talk about what makes a good two-shotter versus a bad two-shotter. You know, how do you keep style in setting up these pins? We're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're also going to talk about just technique and thoughts going into the shot. So I'm going to go place a pin right now, and I'll be back in probably a minute and a half or two. So one of the negative things about two-shotters is the distance that's needed to be traveled. It can be kind of a workout, and it's also one of the great things. You know, you want to get out to the dunes, you only have a little bit of time. You want to, get a good workout, and nothing quite like running in the sand to do that for you. So, speaking of sand, the sand conditions today, lovely. We had a good amount of mist, I think. Over here, it's kind of hard to tell whether it's mist or it's the light tumble of dry sand across. That's kind of dampened the powder texture. So there's a little bit of a powder texture. But the sands are rolling remarkably fast. So I do like this shot. What the shot has, it has a nice sweeping hill right here. And it has two goalies. It has the deep goalie out there that you don't really want to be in, because if you go off to the left, then you have a blind shot into the pin. This is a two-shotter, if you remember. So that means each ball I'm going to throw twice. Can I get a sense of it? This hole has that on the left side, kind of blocking shots. And then it looks like there's a nice resting pan out there that if you throw the perfect amount of speed into, you're going to stop yourself and you're going to have a nice, easy plug shot. However, if you throw way right, way long, or way left, you're going to be given a much more difficult plug shot to get in. And that's one of the things that I like about a good two-shotter. It has good, it doesn't force one to just absolutely nuke it off the tee, because then that's not fun for anyone. It's more of a game of machismo. So just having a nice two-shotter, it's a nice soft shot, allows really fun play. It also allows, some strategic moves in terms of seeing where the nesting pan is, and seeing how to get closest to give yourself the easiest little plug into the pin. And let's just see how it looks out here. I do like that shot. It looks like going for the resting track on that ATV trail out there might be the way to go. Sand's rolling really fast today. So it doesn't take much effort, which is nice. It allows the whole team to play, the whole group to play, regardless of distance restrictions. A little bit further on that ball, trying to drift out on that plane and sweep left and stop in an ATV track just a little bit past the green ball. But it looks like I was too far left, so the ball just stopped right there. Found wasn't even a patch of dry sand. Found kind of this medium texture sand. The slope was so little, the ball just stopped. So looks like just some courage is needed. So it's a shot I'm going to do this time. I'm throwing with a bit more gusto and just trying to get that pin. Really caught that second track pretty heavily. But I do like that shot. That is a good shot. Okay. Now for the fourth shot, the fourth and final. I'm just gonna try to, I said it wasn't a thing about nuking it, but I do want to nuke it down there and just see what, see the result of such a throw. Throw it super aggressively, no, but it was a nice, pleasant shot, and I do really like the outcome. Maybe if it was rolling, maybe if the sand was rolling just a touch slower, it'd be more conducive for all ranges of throwing distance. But I, for one, certainly enjoyed that shot, and if I was playing with a group of like distance throwers, then I'd invite this shot upon the party and just see how it turns out. I'm going to bring up the camera and we'll check out the second approach and see how the distance really played into it. It's TheDukeo'Docce here today, and we're continuing a two-shotter here. We have a variety of balls rolled in. We're going to just see what the distance is like and how much distance makes a difference in a shot like this. So like I said before, sands are rolling really fast today. So I planted the pin up on a slope that's sure to roll down if you don't plug the ball perfectly. So it's just about a long distance plug for some, and a short distance plug for others. On this ball, I just played a little bit too much in the upper hill. I expected this slope to be a little bit faster, and what happened was I got caught on the hillside. So of the four balls, this is definitely the furthest and probably the most difficult shot as well. So it required a lot of strength, a lot of effort to get it up. Love the shot, love the placement. I think that's going to be a difficult shot going in from here. So I'll just move up and through the balls, and we'll see which one's closest. That was a popper, not quite far enough. I'd like to see a good amount more distance on that. And even then, didn't have enough backspin to really grip the sand and stop it. So perhaps I was pretty fortunate in throwing it so short, with the fact that the hill slopes more towards the back. And that ball, terrible shot, just rolled off to the left. It's moments like that that you can really see the difficulty of this TheDukeo'Docce shot. Now this is the closest ball here. I'm gonna make sure that I'm standing in the footprint of it. See its track. Okay, so it's right around here. This is especially important because this is the closest ball. I don't want to be a pain to anyone. I want to definitely make sure that I respect where the ball lands. Because this should be an easy end for the red ball. This should be the closest ball by far. Yep. Nice little shot. Put a little corkscrew into it. That's the result. That's a good little example of a two-shotter there from the top going down. They are fun. They do require a little bit more work. I'd recommend, if people are looking to play two shutters, setting up the pins ahead of time. So maybe you have plans to play a region twice. So you might go out the first time with a sack of pins, and then you're just like you're playing with a piccolo. You're just throwing the P out, and then you're planting pins. So you're looking at the territory and being like, okay, that's a killer hole. That's radical. And then you're just playing around it. You're just having some fun, keeping a low impact play, of course. And then later on, you can, play to the pins and see the course you actually set up, which it's a very fun thing to do. I certainly enjoy it. I would say that it's one of the joys of TheDukeo'Docce. You always learn something about the changing nature of the dunes. A note of wisdom is to not plant your pins out on the open dunes. Open dunes have a lot more sand movement, so there's a likelihood of either your pin being buried, or with the wind that forces that sand movement, your pin being scoured or blown out. So I always like to play in the hummocks, or play in a streak of days that don't have a very high wind, if I'm going to plant pins for the following day. Yeah, that's a little bit of TheDukeo'Docce, fun game. Talking two shotters here. It's a way to spice up the game. It's a way to watch the dunes, to understand the dunes. If you're getting out and you have this just like a dream little two-shotter or a three-shotter, maybe it's even a four-shotter, who knows? You can really just have some fun on the dunes, like have to shoot bowls in order to hop out of the lip, to drop down a hillside that then opens up. There's a lot of options. I certainly like the bowl shot, and we'll talk about that on a later date. Yeah, and that's TheDukeo'Docce, and I'm out.